Hello, Zuko here. If you don't know, my name is Jess. I go by Zimmy on the internet because one time I was 15. So I'm back to having a 2 bookshelf kind of setup. I didn't move another bookshelf. I finally got another bookshelf. So now I'm gonna do the bookshelf tag because I'm excited about having 4 bookshelves. So I got my questions over here and let's jump right into it. That was weird. Also, let me know, like, does my makeup look super weird? I've never gotten the hang of, like, forehead bronzer and stuff, but I was playing around with makeup today because I had free time. So yeah, if I look real weird, that's why, and I'm aware of it, because man, I think it looks even weirder outside. Okay, so onto the bookshelf tag. The first question, what's the first question? First question is, how many bookshelves do you have? I officially have 4, and I'm so excited because now I have no piles of books on the floor. There used to be so many piles of books just right there, just waiting for space, and now they have space. There's only one pile, and it's my haul pile for my 3rd quarter book haul. That's gonna be maybe really big. So get excited for that. That'll be probably end of September, I think. So while to wait, while for this pile to get bigger. Question 2 is, how many books are on your bookshelf, or how many books do you think are on your bookshelf? I believe there are around 500-ish. I know that there are 335 unread books on my shelves. Oh, my dog doesn't like that. But yeah, I believe I have about 500 books. Question 3 is, how do you organize your books? I have like fantasy stuff here, and then I have Neil Shusterman and some dystopians and some like middle grade. And I have vampire books, witchy books, queer series, queer standalones, Rick Riordan, empty shelf to eventually move Rick Riordan to when these 2 are filled so I can add more queer books. They're kind of all subjective, I guess. Like, I have a zombie shelf up there, and I'll show you all of these later, but like, it's like zombies and then horror / Neil Gaiman, and then classics and graphic novels and biographies and autobiographies and like nonfiction stuff. Like, it's organized like kind of random. And then my last shelf is just series and then standalones. That's it. That's the whole organization. I forgot the word there. It's the whole organization for that shelf. So yeah, it's kind of random, but it makes sense to me, and that's kind of the important part. They're my bookshelves. Question 4 is, what is the oldest book on my bookshelf? Now, I wasn't sure if this meant like publication date wise or like how long I physically had it, but luckily those are kind of the same book for me. So I have my original copy. This isn't actually normally on my bookshelf because it's old and falling apart and kind of smells weird and has mysterious stains on it, but this is my original copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. It's very cute, but it's also kind of disgusting and falling apart. But yeah, I have this as both my oldest book. This was from when I was a child. Probably before that. I don't think anyone bought it when I was a child. I think it just showed up, so I think it's been around before that. And it's also the earliest publication date book I have on my shelf. Question 5 is, what is the newest book on your bookshelf? Now, technically, my new books are all here. Like, all the books I've bought since July, I think. But the book that, the newest book that I have bought, my copy of Red Glove by Holly Black just came today. So this is the newest book that I bought. It's not on my shelves, but it will be. And, it's at the bottom of this pile. But publication date wise, I think it might be Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. So yeah, either one of those counts, but neither of them are technically on my shelf. But I'm making them count because I've made the rules for me. Yep. Okay. Question 6. This is not a 6. Question 6 is, what is the longest book on your bookshelf? I think that four of the longest books on my bookshelf. These fuckers. I think only one of these, and it might be Storm of Swords, only one of these is not on my, like, longest books on my bookshelf. If I sort on Goodreads, these were, like, the first 4 that come up as the longest books on my shelf, so that's gonna be real fun for me to read. I'm not looking forward to it. The audiobooks are so long, and I'm not gonna physically read them. I just don't want to. Question 7. Should that it be that? Yeah, question 7. Yes. What is question 7? Question 7. What is the shortest book on your bookshelf? And I have it right here. It is by Owen Colfer. It is Ernest Fowle and the Seventh Dwarf. This was written for World Book Day, and it's teeny. I believe it's 60 pages. Yeah, it's the 60 pages. It's teeny weeny. I've never read it. I probably should. Like, it would take 25 minutes, but I haven't. Question 8 is, what is the most predominant genre on your bookshelves? I don't know. I have like a lot of like fantasy kind of stuff, and I mean, if you asked me like 10 years ago, it would have been dystopian, I think, but I'm not sure if I have like a main genre I read. Maybe fantasy though, but like a accumulation of all of the fantasy things, like urban fantasy and like stuff like that. It might be fantasy if it's like that, you know? Question 9. Have you ever done a bookshelf tour? Yes, I've done 2 bookshelf tours. They were a couple years ago because the first one did well and then the second one didn't, and I was like, I did all that effort and it didn't really have much payoff. I don't know, if you want to see another bookshelf tour, let me know down below now that I have more shelves and I've unhauled a whole bunch of fucking books. So there's different books on my shelves than there were, but there are also a lot of the same things. But I will link my bookshelf tours down below if you would like to go watch them. Go on a random number generator and talk about the book that corresponds with that number. Okay, we're gonna find, this is question 10. I have to make this work for me. Okay, we're gonna do, okay, give me a number out of 4 so that I know which bookshelf. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. The other one will be 4. Okay, we got 4. Now each shelf has 6 shelves, so we'll pick 1 out of 6. 3, so that'll be the 3rd shelf. Do we do the top or the bottom? I guess we'll do 3rd shelf from the bottom, because you'd be like at 6 shelves high by going bottom to the top. I'll go count the books on that shelf, and then I'll come back and put the numbers in. Okay, 1 sec. Okay, we got 25 books on that shelf. So let's find out what book I'm talking about. 4. Okay. I'm gonna go talk about the 4th book on that shelf. 1 sec. If I had gotten 5, it would have been Vasa in the Night, and I loved that book, but instead it was 4, so I have The Walled City by Ryan Godden. I have no idea what this book is about. Let's read the back of the book. The Hocknam Walled City, a recipe of humanity's darkest ingredients. Thieves, murderers, addicts, all mashed into 6.5 acres of land. That is not a lot of land. I think I lived on a farm with like 7.5 acres of land. It's not a lot of land. A place even the sunlight is too pure to enter. My father tried his best to scare me, but all his stories couldn't cram the goodness into me. I ended up here anyway. I don't know what this book is about. I mean, a walled city where like bad people go. Debatable if like addicts should be lumped in with murderers, but okay. Okay. The inside jacket says 730. That's how many days I've been trapped. 18. That's how many days I have left to find a way out. Die. Trying to escape. Die is in like a name. D-A-I. Trying to escape a haunting past. Traffics drugs for the most ruthless kingpin in the walled city. But in order to find the key to his freedom, he needs help from someone with the power to be invisible. Jin, like the name J-I-N, hides under the radar, afraid the wild street gangs will discover her biggest secret. Jin passes as a boy to stay safe. Still, every chance she gets, she searches for her lost sister. Mei Yi has been trapped in a brothel for the past 2 years, dreaming of getting out while watching the girls who fail one by one. She's about to give up when one day she sees an unexpected face at her window. In this innovative and adrenaline-fueled novel, they all come together in a desperate attempt to escape the lawless labyrinth before the clock runs out. I mean, I understand why I bought this book. This sounds fun. I mean, it sounds like a really interesting book, so maybe I should read this soon. But that's what it's about, apparently. It's as much as I know. It kind of sounds good. I'm into it. That was fun. I'm gonna go put this back one sec. Okay, question. I can't do an 11. Question 11. Do you have any merch? No. Question 11. Do you have any fan merch or any other decorations on your bookshelves? I have decorations. Mostly it's like these candles. I have a lot of candles. This is fun. These are my pug's teeth. He's had them removed, so I have them on my shelf. I kept them. There are some bones. There are some candles and some pictures of my friends and I. But mostly, I don't think I have really like fan merch stuff. I painted that. I painted this tiny Iron Man. All of my like fan art and stuff is on this wall and over here. So I don't really have anything on my shelves. They're mostly on my walls, you know? And the final question is, show us your bookshelves. So I will take you around to see all of my wonderful bookshelves. It'll be so exciting.
Okay, so first off, we have my like horror-y zombie shelf, and then my like kind of anthology-y horror-y Neil Gaiman shelf, and my classics like The Princess Bride and The Wizard of Oz. Wow. Then we have my graphic novel shelf, which is pretty empty now because it used to be shared with a different shelf. This is my like fantasy shelves. It's like adult fantasy to like YA fantasy kind of deal. And then like other fantasy books and a Digimon I painted. And my Neil Shusterman shelf and the dystopian-ish shelf that I'm trying to read everything on now because I don't know if I want a dystopian shelf. And then my like middle grade kind of shelf down at the bottom. And then we have my vampire shelf because I'm really cool. And then my witchy shelf of all the witch things. And then we have queer series. I classify queer books as the main character being queer, and my queer standalones. And then all of the Rick Riordan books. And then I'm gonna move Rick Riordan down there, so. And then this is my shelf where it's just like some series. It's just miscellaneous series. And more series. And then some standalones in rainbow order. Wow. If you want me to do a proper bookshelf tour, like, I guess I can, but I'd need more people telling me to do it than one or two, so I doubt that I will.
So yeah, that is my bookshelf tag video. I hope you'll enjoy it. Link to the questions in the original video will be down below. And I hope you all enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I will see you whenever I do my next video. Let me know in the comments, like, what is the longest and the shortest book on your shelf? And yeah, I'll see you whenever I do my next video. Hey, Sabug, no thank you. No thank you.